Hi there. Wonder what three of the most common mistakes that most needle pointers make? Well, I'm here to share those with you and how you can remedy them for yourself. The biggest mistake that most stitchers make when it comes to their needlepoint projects is using the wrong size needle. Go figure. So my best suggestion is to use a size 22 or a size 24 tapestry needle on a size 18 mesh needlepoint canvas, and use a size 20 or a size 22 on 13 or 14 mesh needlepoint canvas. And if you happen to have a needle stuck in a pincushion somewhere and you're not sure what size it is, the best way to find out whether or not it's a good fit for your project is to actually take that needle. I'm going to show you a little trick here. Take that needle, you've got your canvas on a stretcher bar frame or whatever kind of frame you're using, and drop the needle into the canvas. If it stops at the eye of the needle, it's the right size. If it's hard to pull it through, well, for starters, if you put it in and it won't slide down any, it's too big. And if you have to tug, it's especially too big. Conversely, if you drop the needle into the canvas and it goes all the way through, it's too small. So make sure that you check and use a new needle every time you start a new project, because whether you realize it or not, you may be using a needle that has become bent if you use one that you've already used on a different project. The second mistake that stitchers make is pulling their stitches too tightly. So my best recommendation is when you're pulling your thread and needle through the canvas, when you feel the resistance on the back side of the canvas from the thread, stop pulling. And of course, if you use a stretcher bar frame or a scroll frame, that's going to help too. It's going to prevent you from pulling your stitches too tightly as well. So make sure that you use some type of a frame to mount your canvas on, because that will definitely help you maintain consistent tension on your stitches, and it'll keep you from pulling your stitches too hard on your canvas. And finally, the third mistake that a lot of stitchers make is using knots on the back of their canvas. Now, there's nothing wrong with using an away waist knot or a waist knot to anchor your thread when you're getting started. However, you don't want to leave a knot on the back of your work. So in other words, you don't want to tie a knot in the end of your thread and then begin stitching, leaving that knot on the back side, because that not only creates lumps and bumps on your canvas, but it can pop through to the front. So waist knots and away waist knots are fine, but no knots on the back. And that, my friend, is three of the most common mistakes that stitchers make on their needlepoint projects. Make sure you use those tips I shared with you so you can avoid those pitfalls too. Thanks ever so much for being here with me. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye for now.